Hello everyone, welcome to Atas Clothing. My name is Success, and in this video I'm going to be teaching you how to cut a kaftan, a senator native trouser. This trouser is going to be for a senator native outfit. If you don't know how to cut it, today I'm going to be showing you a detailed video. So stay tuned with me while we get started. So the first thing I will do, I already folded my fabric into two. I fold the fabric by the length. This fabric is by 60 and I fold it by the length into two. That means from here to here now I have a 30 inches. So this should be enough for me to cut both the front and the back pattern. So for now I'm going to be cutting the back first. Sorry, I'm going to be cutting the front first before I cut the back. I will cut the front and I'll use the front to cut the back. So the measurement I'm working with is the length of the trouser is 38, the waist is 33, the hips is 40, the thigh is 24, the knee measurement is 18, that's knee circumference. Then the ankle circumference is also 14.5. okay, 14 or 13. So I'm going to be using 14 actually. So now the first thing I will do is to mark out at this edge now. At this edge there, I will mark out 2 inches. 2 inches for my folding allowance, my hemming allowance at the down part here. I'll measure out 2 inches. Then I will rule the line straight like this. So mind you, this 2 inches now is not going to be part of the measurement. I'll start my measurement from this chalk mark. I hope you get that. So I said the length is 38. I'll measure my 38 like this. I'll mark the 38 here. I hope my camera is capturing that part. Okay, let me reset the camera. Good. So now I think my camera is capturing it already. So I will mark my 38 inches here. You can see my tape. I'll mark 38. The crotch depth for this trouser is going to be 10 inches. Then the knee length is 22. I will move my tape again to this other side. I'll extend my tape to this other side and also mark those points 22, 10 and the waistline. So I will rule those lines now into straight lines. I'll rule them horizontally into straight lines. You can see what I'm doing. Cutting a trouser is very simple. Now we have gotten our first step. These are the first steps. Then the next now is to start imputing our measurement. That is our circumference measurement. And I'll be starting with the so like I was saying, I will start by imputing my circumference measurement and I will start with the hips. The hips measurement here is 40. 40 divided by 4 because we are folding it into 2 for front and into 2 for back. That is 4 folds. So we are going to be dividing our measurements into 4. That is our waist circumference and hip circumference. But when we come to the thigh and the ankle with the knee, that will be divided into 2. Okay, so hips divided by 4, which is 40 divided by 4 is what? 10. I will mark my 10 here. Mind you, I'll be working with this part of the fabric. You can see, let me rule a line there for guide. So I will not be including the entire edge in my measurements. That means my measurements is going to be starting from this chalk. Okay, So my 40 divided by 4 I said is 10 inches plus half inch sewing allowance, that's 10.5. I will mark like so. I will move upward again and mark the same 10.5. I'll mark the same 10.5 here. I want to be sure of what I have here. The same 10.5 here. I will mark and I'll connect it into a straight line. So actually the waist circumference here is 33, but I will not be measuring the waist. I will not need the waist measurement. It's just for a guide. I will not need the waist measurement. Why? Because I'm going to be putting elastic at the waist, so I want the waist to be actually bigger, way bigger than necessary, than needed, so that the elastic can put lead together to become the actual waist measurement. I hope you get that. So it has to be very big, so I'm going to be using exactly what I have on the hip for the waist. Now I'll come down again to this crotch depth. I will use my thigh divide by 2. Okay, I hope that is understood. The thigh here is 24. Thigh is 24. 24 divided by 2 will give us 12. So this is 12. 12 plus our half inch sewing allowance will give us 12.5. That is exactly the point I mark here. Okay, so you can use your thigh as your crotch extension. So I will cuff like this. You can see the cuff. I'll cuff it like this. I'll make sure I have a nice cuff at the down part here. So at this upper part, I will not want to leave my waist like this. I will want to slant this part by 0.75. 0.75. Why? Because I don't want it to be on top the belly. I want it to go around the belly a bit, but I want that place to sit well. I want this place to sit well, so I'm going to be connecting it slantly to this line. At this point, it's going to be the same. So the next measurement is going to be my plumb line, my gray line. I want to divide this whole trouser now. I want to divide this whole trouser block into 2. So I have 12.5 here minus 1. That is 11.5. 12.5 minus 1 inch, 11.5. So I will be dividing my 11.5 into 2. Mind you, I want to get the midpoint of this whole trouser block. So I'll divide my midpoint now. Sorry, my 11.5 into 2. 11.5 divided by 2. This will give us 5.75. I'll mark like so. Here again I have my 5.75. I'll also mark. I'll come to this part also and do the same thing. So I'll be able to connect my line into a straight line. I'll connect those points into a straight line like so. So this divide my trouser into 2 equal parts, and this help in centralizing your measurements so that your trouser can sit well and be straight while you are wearing it. So first I will start my measurement from the ankle, and the ankle circumference here is 14. 14 divided by 2, it will give us 7. That 7 now I'm going to be dividing it again into 2. That is 3.5 on this side and 3.5 on the other side here. So that gives us alright. So at that ankle line, I measured my ankle circumference. I divide it into 2. 14 divided by 2, which is 7. And I say the purpose of this line is to centralize the measurement. So that 7 will be divided into 2 equal parts. That is 3.5 on this side and 3.5 on the other side of the line. I hope you understand. So we'll move to the knee line. our knee here, knee circumference is 18, and 18 divided by 2 will give us 9. 9 again divided into 2, that is 4.5 on this side and 4.5 on the other side. I hope you get it. So if you have this, you do the right thing. If you do this, you will have the right thing. So I will connect those lines now, like so. You can see what we have here. Now what next? I will be connecting this point again from the knee to the crushed, from the knee to the crushed depth. Here I'll connect to the crushed line, like so. And on this other side, I'll also connect again slantly to this crushed line at this point, that is the hip area. And that is done this way. I hope you see clearly. My chalk is bold enough. So now at the down part here, that is my sewing allowance, the hemming allowance, 2 inches here. I'll connect it straight downward in such that when I fold, I will not run short of the fabric here. So I will connect it outward a bit, and you can fold the 2 inches into inside before you cut. So whichever way, you have to do it right. So now I will cut out this front part. I will cut out the front, but before then, before I cut it out, let me mark out my zipper allowance. So my zip is going to be 6.5 from the waist. I'll mark 6.5. Then I'll come to the pocket area. The wideness is going to be 2.5, and the depth, that is the length of it, is going to be 7 inches. So I'll mark those points. Alright, I've gone ahead and cut the front. Here I have it cut out. You can see what we have. Look at it. So I'll fold. I'll take it out of the way first, then dress my fabric to cut the back. So here I have my back. I'll bring back the front like this. I'll place it on top the back like this. I'll place it on top the remaining fabric like this. So cut out the back. Look at what I'm folding, and I'll make sure the allowance I'll have here will be enough, will be like 3 or 3.5 inches. So what you have here should be enough, should be as much as 3 to 3.5. okay, so I'll be using 3 inches here, and I'll mark it like so. And at the top here, you leave allowance that will be enough as 2 or 2.5. So I'll mark my 2 inches here. Also at the waistline here, I'll mark 2 inches. Come down to this point and mark 2 inches also. Then I'll come to the knee length here. I'll mark 2 inches also. Then the ankle here, I'll mark my 2 inches also. So you add 2 to every part except the crotch area here. that will be 3 inches. Okay, this will be wide enough to accommodate the butts. So I'll connect this part like this upward. So at the upper side here, I will raise it by 2 inches. Okay, then here will be equal by the side. So I will curve like so. I will curve to this line like so. Make sure you have a nice curve. Then I'll connect this one from this 3 inches to the 2 inches at the knee length. Then from the 2 inches here at the knee to the ankle. You make sure you have something like this, and then I'm free to cut. Apart from this side, the other side here, the side seam here will be equal. Everything will be cut equal. Okay, so I'll cut. I'll start cutting from here. I'll first cut the cross area. I'll cut the cross area. I will cut the waist side. I'll cut the waistline. I'll cut it like so. Then I'll cut this side, the inseam. I'll cut the inseam like so. I'll cut the hemline, the down parts. Just cut everything through like this. And look at what we have. Our trouser is ready. This is the front piece, this is the back piece. Okay, so our trouser is now ready.
Alright, thanks for watching. We have come to the end of today's tutorial. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and do well to subscribe for more inspiring and educative video. Don't forget to turn on your notification bell to get notified each time I upload a new video. Drop your comment below with your thoughts or question, and see you in the next video. Bye for now.